I can't believe we don't know what a Wayne's World countdown is. Hello and welcome to NightMayr. Sorry that my hair is still wet. I did shower though, so I want credit for that. Wow, we have an amazing guest tonight. Before I introduce him, tickets for the Content House have just gone on sale. If you want to reserve your room for the Content House, go to villaroma.com, go under group sales, and then type in my name, Chrissie Mayr, that's a discount code that'll take you right to our room block. And tickets have gone on sale for a bunch of shows. Dave Landau will be headlining that Thursday. I believe it's September 4th. Friday, it's going to be Who Are These Podcasts? And we just confirmed Rich Voss will be headlining the Friday night show up at the Content House. Very, very exciting. We just confirmed him today. And then Saturday night is going to be a bit of a Compound Media reunion show with myself, Anthony Cumia, Gina Visconti, Keanu Thompson. It's going to be such a blast. Oh, and Lila Hart will be hosting for Dave Landau on that Thursday night show. So those are going to be all on Eventbrite. You can buy your tickets now. Reserve your rooms now. People are scooping these tickets up. People are reserving their rooms. So don't be left out like a loser. Okay, without further ado, I'm so happy he is on the show today. He is a dear friend. He is really like, I don't know, a friend, sort of like a dad figure, a mentor. He's a thought leader. He's the host of The Sharpe Way on YouTube. He's run for office multiple times. He's really one of the smartest guys I know. Welcome to the couch, Larry Sharpe.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, and I want to say, you are my favorite daughter named Chrissie.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
What a way to find out you're my dad.
Yes, of all the daughters named Chrissie I have, you are my number one.
Oh,
see that? Very good. By the way, everyone, she's lying. She did not shower. She just sweats a lot.
I put my head under the hose.
That's what happened. Yes.
I actually stuck my head in little Frankie's water table.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute. He loves it, but you can't ever. Sometimes I'll put him in front of it. I'll be like, look, don't get your whole outfit wet. Like, just do a little bit of controlled splashing, right. And he doesn't.
No, he doesn't listen.
He just takes a bucket and goes like.
But that's the fun part.
Just dumps it.
Yeah, he's belligerent already. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, he's so great.
You're raising him to be belligerent.
His little front teeth are coming in.
That can be dangerous.
Yeah, it is. He's already using them on me.
I do love the little ones. I don't have little ones anymore. Mine are old. Mine are 21 and 15.
Oh.
So yeah, I have big ones now, not little ones. But I do love the babies. I do. It's nice. And I'm glad that you got yours going on.
I should have woken him up so he could say hi to you.
Maybe later. Well, we wait till he's in a deep sleep. then we'll punish him. Let's do that. That's the right way of doing it. Yes.
Here's a stranger.
Yes. Here's some strange guy. You won't have nightmares. Life will be fine.
I feel bad because he met some people that he met like last summer. He clearly didn't remember them because he was 3 months old. And I was like, come on, it's Nick and Pam.
Don't you remember?
Them?
God.
He did not remember them. God. And he was like, oh, strangers, get them away.
Right. So you did the right thing and you smacked them, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Of course.
Of course. That was the right answer.
Don't be rude to company. Oh my gosh. So much I feel like has happened since we last talked.
There is a lot going on.
You're like slim and in great shape and you're doing keto. You're just like,
I've been keto for 15 years.
Do you even splurge? Do you go, you know what? I'm
while.
just going to eat tacos till I pass out tonight.
Well, sadly for me, I don't have much carbs. So like one taco would probably pass me out. But yes,
wow.
I do get when I first started doing keto 15 years ago and I would splurge, I was terrible. I would eat all the things. Like, give me your food. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to fight now because I want your food.
It's like a drug.
It was a drug. It was crazy. I would splurge crazily, but I would feel terrible. So now it's been so long. If I don't have rice for like 6 months, I don't care. I haven't had bread in I don't know how long.
You would be a terrible Asian.
I would. Luckily, I'm not Asian, so I guess we're okay.
Speaking of Asians, I'm amazed you even got here, Larry, because your Uber driver was Asian, and I'm so sorry. And I couldn't cancel it. It was like too late, and I was like, uh-oh, he's already on his way. Let's see.
No, I spent many years in Asia, so I felt very comfortable. So it was okay. You know, I still have my Japanese driver's license.
Oh, very good.
I do. I still have my Japanese, and I keep it out and I show people, and I actually rented a car in it.
Wow.
And they didn't know it was expired.
Wow.
I can read it.
You lived in Japan?
I did. I was an English teacher there for 4 years.
You've done so many things.
I've done all the things. It's true. I have. I've done all the things.
You've lived such a cool life.
Yes. And I'm cool. And you know, of all my great traits, I would say my best one is not my intelligence or good looks. It's my modesty.
Right. You're a humble man.
I'm a humble man. That's my best of all my awesome traits is my humility.
And so you're doing keto. You're like a lifer on keto.
I am, no doubt. I remember, it's a true story. I'm going to my doctor, and I go to the doctor every time I run for office, right? I don't go to the doctor unless I'm running for office.
Really?
Why would I go to the doctor for?
Because you're like, let me make sure I can live at least 4 more years.
Because people might want my records when I run for office. They might want your health records.
Oh,
that's what, otherwise I would never go to the doctor.
That's right.
I just go when I run for office. So every 4 years when I run for governor, I go to the doctor and get
you
physical.
just don't like. What about the dentist? What about?
I go to the dentist once in a while, but I don't have to. If you don't eat sugar, how can you get cavities?
Oh, wow.
I don't eat any sugar. I haven't eaten sugar in years.
What if? And you're brushing your teeth, right?
I brush my teeth every day. Yeah.
So there you go.
So yeah, I don't have to. So I go if I need to, but why would I? I mean, I haven't had a cavity.
My husband thinks that the dentist is a racket. And they're just
dentists have the highest suicide rate. Your husband is being cruel.
Really?
Yes. They have the high of all doctors. Dentists
because they don't get the respect they deserve.
That's exactly right. Because guys like your husband are yelling at them, calling them like they're not a real doctor.
Everyone goes around like, you're not a real doctor. You're DDS. Okay.
Yeah. Stop. Don't stop. Stop playing yourself.
No one ever. There's never like an emergency. Like, oh my God, is there a dentist?
Yep, I've never heard that once.
That never happens.
Like dentist in the house. I've never heard that.
I cracked a molar.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So
dentists just need to feel needed.
I love dentists.
We need more dental emergencies. Maybe that would cull their suicide rate.
Right. Look, if there's a dentist listening, I love you.
Are there any dentists in the chat?
Yes.
Put some teeth in the chat if you're a dentist.
I do care. I do care. I'm here.
The summer before 6th grade or 9th grade, I was home playing with a bungee cord, and because back in my day, we just had outdoor equipment for toys.
And we liked it.
And we had fun. And we didn't complain. And I was like fling the cord that way, but I let go with this hand and I flung it at my face and I chipped my front tooth on it. And the crazy thing was that I had a dentist appointment that day, but my mom just like sat us all at the kitchen, made me wait, didn't rush me over to the dentist, taught me humility at a young age, like didn't rush. Like I had a chunk of my tooth missing.
Right.
I could feel the nerves. It was like stingy.
Ouch.
But she was like, no, we're all going to have lunch first. And then we're going to take you to the dentist. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
And you don't get to eat because your teeth are all messed up.
Yeah,
so
like,
watch your teeth.
Like it really, really hurts.
Yes.
But there was no rush there.
Well, that was your punishment for cracking your tooth. You got to watch everybody eat.
I guess.
That's it.
I guess.
She taught you well. She taught you well.
But it's held up. It held up for a while until I like whacked it with a Snapple bottle like several years ago, and then like a little chunk flew out. And then like I went to a newer dentist. And
no. Then you have to go again, sit and watch people eat so you can replay that in your life again.
Oh, yeah. And then the new dentist was like ragged on the work of the prior dentist. He was like, what the hell is this? So what kind of bonding did they use? I'm like, I don't know.
Back in my day, we had real bonding.
Yeah.
You should have said that.
Back in my day, we just let our teeth fall out.
We just used Play-Doh and we liked it. No,
we didn't need all these teeth. What are you, a model?
These are all these weak kids in their teeth. That's exactly right. Yes.
Trying to entertain the dentists in the chat, wherever you are.
We do love you, dentists, if you're there. We do.
Yeah.
Just understand that. We do. We care. Absolutely.
So much has changed since we last talked. Like New York City, I feel, which you still live in.
Sadly.
Sadly,
yes. Literally, AOC is my congressperson, and Mamdani is my assemblyman. I literally live in the belly of the beast.
No,
I do. I say I fight in the front line. I am a Marine, so I'm in the front lines. That's what I'm doing. Someone's got to be it, right? Someone's got to fight. Everyone else runs away. Everyone
bails. Everyone goes to Florida.
They leave.
The Carolinas.
They all leave. But
Pennsylvania.
I do stay, and it is tough. And people, they wonder why Mamdani won. And they say,
why? Well, some people say it was his boyish good looks. Some people, I think it was because he has a great font. The font he picked out.
The font is nice. I mean, you're not wrong.
The font is on point.
Not wrong. But with the font and all, the reality of it is when people are desperate and they have no idea and a bad idea, they take the bad idea.
Why?
Because it's an idea. Right? When you're drowning
it's an idea.
And someone puts a hand out and says, hey, I'm going to pull you out. You don't care.
Or like
that's
if
a
someone's
left
like,
or right
I have
hand or whatever.
no inflatable tube versus a half inflated tube.
Correct.
You'd be like, I'll take that.
Yes, I'll take whatever I can get here.
Something
And
to grab on.
I think you see that with Mamdani. And, look, whether you like the left-leaning, politicians or not, they have good rhetoric. Their stuff sounds really good, right? We're going to have free buses, and then we're going to freeze the rent, and we're going to have these cool stores you can buy stuff in. Oh my God, it's amazing. He doesn't say government-run stores. He says public stores. They're great.
Public, free.
It's going to be nice.
Take what you need.
Everyone's going to have a puppy, and then there's going to be leprechauns and unicorns. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be like, take a penny, leave a penny. Except with food.
Difference. Yes, except we're all going to be starving. Besides that, it's take a penny, leave a penny.
But you're
That's
gonna
it.
Fight your neighbor for a stale hamburger.
But it does sound good. And when people are in trouble and desperate, they tend to take it, right? One of the hardest parts about conservatives in New York is
that they're gone.
Well, those that are remaining, the few that remain, is they're bitter. And people don't want to follow bitter people. They're bitter.
True.
If you look at a lot of conservatives running, what do? And this is how bad it is, and blah blah blah. And Kathy Hochul's evil, and Cuomo's bad. That's all they say. There's no difference in that than Democrats at the national level just yelling "Orange man bad."
Wow.
Same thing. If you look in New York State, the Republicans and the conservatives in New York State are the same as the Democrats nationwide. Because Democrats nationwide, they don't have any plans. Their plans are, but Trump is evil. That's their entire plan, right? Oh, but everything you're saying makes no sense. But Trump is evil. Oh, okay. That's their whole plan.
Yeah.
You come to New York State, what do Republicans and conservatives say? Well, Cuomo's bad.
Wow.
Well, Hochul's bad. I'm going to ask you, think about this. You know Mamdani's plans. You just spoke about it. Tell me one Republican plan in New York State.
I don't even know who's running.
Correct. That's the problem. They had no plan. In fact, they weren't even ready for this. The Republicans had a chance here in New York City this time. They weren't ready for it. Who's running?
I don't know.
Thank you. Right? I know who's running. It's Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa, yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
so embarrassing. I know Curtis.
I know him too.
Curtis.
He's a friend of mine. I like Curtis. I do.
I know who he is.
But you get my point.
He should be running. He's a great guy. He's run multiple times.
He is
well.
great. But you, again, my point. You know him and you didn't, and you couldn't say it. That's my point. They weren't running. Why? New York City is 6-1 Democrat to Republican.
Oh, that's so
6-1. It's hopeless. So why bother?
Kathy Hopeless.
Yes. So why bother? Right. So they look. Sliwa is a trooper. He's going to run to take the L for the Republicans. I get it. That's why he ran. But he wasn't thinking about a serious campaign. No, look, if you happen to be watching Sliwa, no shade, brother. You know I love you. I'm just saying
he probably won't
we
watch
know
this
what's
show.
up. We know what's up. It wasn't the real campaign. Now all of a sudden Mamdani wins and the Republicans are like, now what do? We should have ran somebody. They didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if Sliwa actually drops out.
Why would he drop out? Because he'll hear this episode and get so upset.
Let me tell you what happened in Buffalo 4 years ago. 4 years ago, a woman named India Walton, she wins the Democratic primary. She's a far leftist, just like Mamdani. Same thing happens in Buffalo. Buffalo, and for those of you who aren't in New York State, is our second largest city, right? New York first, then Buffalo. She wins, and the establishment loses their mind, right? They're like, what? We're going to have a communist? Oh, she's a member of the DSA. The same thing we saw here happen in Buffalo. Nobody across the country cared because it was Buffalo, it wasn't New York City. Well, the Buffalo people cared tremendously about that. So the established Democrat is a guy named Byron Brown. He's like, I'm sorry, I screwed up. You guys got to help me. I didn't know she was going to beat me. I had no idea. Basically what happened with Cuomo. Same thing.
Wow.
So it's a similar thing. What happens? He convinces the Republicans to drop and back him in a write-in campaign.
Oh,
because he couldn't be on a ballot because he wasn't ready for the ballot.
That never worked.
Except this time, he is the current mayor of Buffalo.
So people did write him in.
That's how much they all got together. They all got together against her. Republicans and establishment Democrats together against her in a write-in campaign beat her. If you look now, Byron Brown is the current mayor of Buffalo. Wow. That could happen here. That's why I'm saying it's possible Sliwa drops out. He drops out so that Eric Adams can be the uniter of the clans and beat Mamdani. Eric Adams is the only guy who
I like how you mentioned Eric Adams and then the Klan together.
Yes, because he can unite them. See that? Even the hooded ones. He can unite them all. Doesn't matter which ones.
But wait, haven't people soured on Eric Adams?
Yes, which is why. See, Adams is the smartest guy. Adams didn't run Democrat. People didn't know why. I told everybody why. because that means he will be on the ballot in November. Usually, if you lose the primary, you're off the ballot. You're done. Adams knew this was going to be a disaster. So he was savvy. He was like, okay,
waited.
I'm just going to wait because I'm the mayor. He's the mayor of the city. So he has incumbency.
Right.
So he can use all of our taxpayer dollars to run his campaign.
Oh, right.
Right? Brilliant. Right? He can still do it. So he doesn't need Cuomo's money.
Fair. You get like a huge leg up.
That's funny. Fair. That's funny.
Because,
Fair.
right, the system is not really created in a way that the average poor, regular person can run.
Yeah, us poors can't do it. That's not a thing. We're not made. Yeah, I tried. You saw me get my ass kicked. I tried more than once.
I feel like it takes, but you have to, we were just talking about Trump. Like, it took him so many times. Like, he's on his, well, he ran and won technically 3 times. But it just, it takes multiple times to run and to figure out what to do, what not to do. There's so much to know.
And the problem is the average person thinks that the rules are made to be fair, right? So they'll say, well, we need, here's all the time, we need more rules on things like, campaign finance. Campaign finance laws are just made to punish the weak guy. Right? Because if I'm wealthy or I have a massive system, what happens? Well, I have a group of people who know exactly all the laws. They wrote them. So they know exactly how to fix it. Me, I have to get literally a CPA to learn everything. Or I've got a lawyer I got to pay him for that. Or I have to have a true believer. Every single time I run, I get fined. Every time. Of course.
For what?
For whatever. There's rules like, if it's this type of expenditure, it must be reported within 24 hours. But this kind of expenditure, it can be reported at the end of the month. But this expenditure, if it's over $100, then that you don't have to have their name. But this expenditure, you do have to have their name. All depends on what it is. All different rules. So of course I'm going to screw it up.
Wow.
Of course I am. And here's what happens when you screw that rule up. What's the thing they say? Oh, campaign finance ethics, whatever, right? All of a sudden now I'm an ethics guy because I didn't know that
an ethics violation.
This expense is supposed to be $100, but that expense is $50. So that's why I don't even care. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just going to pay a fine and keep moving.
That's ridiculous.
I don't even care
Okay.
anymore. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how the whole system works. It's broken.
Mom Donnie, to me, he showed up out of nowhere with a cute face.
I had him on my show 3 years ago.
But you're saying he's existed for a while.
Yes,
he's been around.
I knew he was going to be a player. Let me pump if I could pump my show for a minute. For those of you who want to watch my show, please check it out. You can check out my show on the Sharpe Way YouTube page or on Larry Sharpe. Either one. Sharpe Way's the cooler one. Do that one. And actually put in Zoran Mamdani. I actually interviewed him about 3 years ago. I knew he was a player back then. He was my assemblyman then. Why? Because he was a socialist with charisma.
Which seems like an impossible combination.
Correct. It's very rare. The only one I've seen in a long time has been Bernie. Right? Bernie's been the only one.
If we're saying Bernie has charisma, ugh.
Well, it's relative, right? And right now, if you look right now at the Democrat Republican parties, the Republican Party, they have a deep bench. They have a lot of people who could step up and do things. Democratic Party has nobody.
Why do they have no bench?
Because they don't have any charisma. They don't have any plans. They have nothing that's happening. Right? The Democratic Party. Sucks. Well, the problem is the Democratic Party is heavily, you see this all in 2016. It's much more about tradition. It's much more about seniority, that kind of thing, right? So only the old people do anything.
Right. That's why Pelosi is 100 years old. Correct. And still out there.
Republicans were that way. Trump broke that.
He did.
Trump broke that.
And now there's so many young
Bernie
people.
should have broken that, right? If you go to 2016, what was supposed to happen is it was supposed to be Bernie and Trump. That was what was supposed to happen. But the Democratic establishment was so strong, it literally just took it away from Bernie. And when that happened, this is the thing that people didn't get. There were tons of Bernie bros who voted for Trump. And you would say, why?
Yeah, like Rogan, I think, was one, too.
Tons. Why? I mean, 2016.
Right.
Why? And here's what people don't get. America has been struggling and begging for a rebel since 2008. We thought Obama was going to be one. I mean, he wasn't at all. But we thought he was going to be.
Like, ooh, he's black. Let's try it.
He is. He's black. He speaks really cool and he can dance. He's got to be something different, right? He plays basketball.
His wife has a penis.
And a big one bigger than mine. So, yes, of course I have to accept that, right? So we thought that he was a rebel. So we voted for him. And then Republicans in response put up the most establishment people possible against against him. Mitt Romney
Blech.
and John McCain.
Oh,
could you find more? I mean, of course
Crustier.
he won both times.
Wow.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then when we realized, okay, wait a minute, this is not at all. Then the Democrats screwed up. Is they put Hillary Clinton up.
Do you think
they
they
put
put
the
up-
woman
do you
who
think-
was the most establishment possible?
Do you think that the Republicans put up Mitt Romney and John McCain because they're like, well, if you don't want to vote for this black person, here are these old white guys that you can take comfort in?
No, I think both parties in general were establishment old parties. Obama broke the mold because of Harry Reid.
Who's that?
Harry Reid, he was the leader of the Senate, as a senator out of Nevada.
Okay.
He was the one who didn't like the Clintons. He didn't want them coming back.
Oh.
So it was a personal vendetta.
Whoa.
Yes.
So this guy has
Politics
a lot of
is
pull.
insanely petty. People
Yeah.
always think politics is like, oh, politics is all about, the mission. No, it's utterly petty. It's just about people who are mad at each other.
That makes so
Yes.
much sense because I think of all the like influencers and people
Yep.
who you know that work in DC. It's like they're all kind of like gossips.
Yes. It's utterly petty.
Yeah.
It's insane. I wish it wasn't, but it totally is. So Harry Reid was like, fuck you, Clintons. I got this guy who's going to beat you. Take that.
Wow.
Literally, he actually invited this true
Wait, so
story.
was Bill going to run again? No, Hillary.
Hillary.
Was Hillary.
Which means Bill
Of
goes
course.
back in the house.
He gets to be the first man.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So and you can read up. Harry Reid actually literally brought Obama out to Nevada and said, "You're the man. Do it." Yes.
And so where did Harry find Obama?
He found Obama actually. This is a funny thing. Sued his opponent off the ballot. That is how he
'Cause he
won
was a
his Senate
lawyer,
seat.
right?
Correct. That's how he won a Senate seat. People think they only sue Larry Sharpe off the ballot. They do that, yes, but they also sue themselves off the ballot, left and right. So, you remember John Tobacco
John
out of New York City?
No.
They sued his family in front of the ballot last time.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. So Democrats do it, Republicans do it. So
What did they sue them for?
they find a break in a rule. When they sued me off the ballot in
Wow.
2022, they literally just took all of the rules and said, prove all of them. That was the lawsuit. Prove all of them. And you'll love this.
Does this happen every time?
Every time. This is one thing that happened. All right.
Why does anyone run? This sounds so
Thank
annoying.
you. Why do you think I'm the only asshole who runs?
This sounds
That's the reason why. It's
so
horrible.
annoying and fruitless and pointless?
Yes,
Like,
yes, and punishment. Yes to all the things. It's horrible punishment. Yes, it is. And people are like, Larry, you should run. Why do you hate me? Like, what did I do to you? Right? But this is a true story. So during 2022, they were redistricting. If you remember, there was a problem in New York State. They're going to put new districts on, right? There's a law in New York State when you run for governor that you have to get at least 500 signatures from at least 50% of the congressional districts. That's one of the laws. There's always like a specific law. There were no districts. It was literally there were no districts.
Wow.
So could we go back to the old districts, right? We couldn't because New York State lost so many people. We lost districts.
Oh, boy.
So they literally went into the same number of districts. There was, and I mean physically, literally, no way I could comply with this law.
You couldn't just get homeless people to sign it?
Even if I did, what district would they be in?
I don't know. They move them around.
I'd have to. There is literally no way to comply. The judges
Jeez.
did not care. You didn't comply. I physically can't. Didn't care.
This is horrible.
Yes. They threw RFK Jr. off the ballot in New York
Right.
State because his address was wrong.
Oh, my God.
His
Why
ad-
was his address wrong?
All right. RFK Jr. is rich. In case you guys don't know that, right? He's a Kennedy.
He's a
He has
Kennedy.
multiple houses.
Yeah.
So you don't have
Probably multiple phones.
I bet he does. So you don't have to have a specific address, but you have to have an address. So you're American, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he went to New Hampshire first. New Hampshire said, "What's your address?" He goes, "Which one do you use? You want me to use New York? You want me to use Massachusetts? You want me to use California?" And they said, "Well, like where are your licenses?"
Wherever you have a mailbox.
Well, he's licensed as a lawyer in New York. His hunting license is in New York. His gun license is in New York. So he said, I'll use New York. They said, fine, put the address down. Well, that's the address. So when he comes to New York, he uses the same address. New York goes, we don't think you live there.
What?
Yes. And he's like, does it matter? There's no rule in that you have to live in a certain state to be on the ballot in New York State.
Wow.
Right? But New York State decided because they said he didn't live there, and the remedy was throwing him off the ballot.
Where did they think he lived?
Doesn't matter. They don't care. That's the point. The point is, there was
He
a
can't
loophole.
just bring in footage like, here's me going to the laundromat. I clearly live here.
Didn't matter.
Oh, no, he probably has washing machines.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah, he does. No,
People.
There's
He has
people. Stop. He has
laundry
people.
handlers.
He does not have a machine.
I just imagine RFK dragging a laundry bag.
And he's got a handful of quarters.
Yeah.
He's going in there. Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
Like everybody.
It's true. Yep. It's true.
He's
yeah.
just like us.
He's like us. Absolutely.
Ironing his linen pants.
He's probably there. Yeah. He's like in shorts and flip flops.
Yeah.
He's ironing. That's
no,
true.
Probably not.
I bet it's true.
Dang.
I can see it.
That's
I'm sorry. Am I giving you bad info?
No, this is good info. Well, it's good that Trump sort of scooped him up because I feel like he was getting screwed right
now. He's the one getting all the wins. Mm-hmm. RFK Jr. is getting all the wins. You see Trump is all like, this is my boy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. And it's making people like the Steve Millers angry.
Didn't RFK uncover that the hepatitis B shot increased the autism risk by like over 1,000% or something like that? Something wild.
I'm just glad that he's shaking things up. I'm not mad. I'm glad he's making where things aren't mandated. You know, I'm a libertarian. I hate the mandates.
Yeah.
Look, if you want all the jabs, take all the jabs.
Go ahead.
All of them. Take 20 of them. And buy a shirt. Says you got them
all. Put them in
all.
your eyes.
100%. All good. No worries. Just don't mandate the stuff. That's all I care about. So I'm happy about that. But you got guys like Steve Miller and then who are like, hey, Trump, let's do this thing. And to hell with RFK Jr. Trump's like, have you given me a win, Stephen? Have you given me a win?
Steve Miller, is that a band?
Yep. And a bald guy.
Okay.
Both. It is both of those things. Yes.
Wow.
I think the band guy isn't bald, though. But the guy, I don't think so.
The Stephen Miller band.
I don't think he's
Someone
bald.
in the chat would know.
They would know.
Let's get a hair check.
Yes. We have to, what's it? 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
I've heard of that.
Wasn't it a Steve Miller band?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Get on the bus, Gus. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. I think that's right. I'm dating myself. Now people know I'm old. I'm not old. I'm 25.
You look great. You have
25.
great energy. You're in awesome shape.
Yes, 25 years old. That's me. Yes.
You don't eat rice. You're crushing it.
I do not eat rice.
What's like your my typical like you go
breakfast.
to bed at night and you think about what food? I wish I could eat this.
None now. I don't think about that food at all.
You just go to bed and you think about a half a pound of ground beef sitting on top of a salad.
I think about
weird shit
no, I do eat weird shit. You're not wrong. When I go to bed at night, I think about, God damn it. That's what I think.
I just think about a crumpled up hamburger on top of a salad. Like these are foods that don't go together. People have meat on salad all the time, but it's usually like a steak or like I'm imagining it makes sense only in the format of a taco salad, which I know you're not doing because you're not dealing with that shell.
No, not at all. So the reality is my typical breakfast is 3 eggs, a half pound of ground beef. The eggs are almost low. I spend money on food. I don't have like
is this like a hamburger helper situation?
No, this is, look, I'm not a foodie, obviously. Clearly I'm not a foodie. I think that's obvious.
You're just mashing up hamburgers.
Yes, I'm basically just shoving fuel in my face. That's all.
No, it's good.
Doing.
You're like a clean running machine.
So I have 3 eggs, which are always pasture raised if I can. If I can get pasture, I try to. I can't always get, but I try to get pasture raised.
What's the other kind?
Every other type,
like just a chicken running in it, like laying eggs in the city,
yes,
like just in the street, like
that's actually probably better than the ones
like those Queen's eggs.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Actually, that would be better than when they got them all in a cage and they can't move.
I think people in Queens have eggs.
They do. And then I have a half pound of ground beef and usually sauerkraut and mustard. Sauerkraut and mustard gives me good gut health, and that's a typical breakfast for me. I usually don't eat breakfast till around noon.
Okay, that's lunch.
Yep. So I don't have breakfast. So yes, correct. So
you're doing intermittent fasting as well.
I do. Yes. Yeah. I usually only eat between 12 and 6.
Whoa, that's really good.
So 12 is when I eat that, and then 6 we usually have a salad with some more beef on top.
More meat on top.
And I only drink coffee and water. You saw I had water. I drink coffee and water. That's all I drink.
That's what I have a problem with. Yes, like no seltzers, no fun.
No fun. See what she said? I have no fun.
No fun. Like
I'm a goddamn loser in your diet.
I'm not a proponent of soda. I am anti-soda, but
I have a problem. I can't drink soda. If I drink one, I drink it all.
Oh.
I have a problem.
You're like a crackhead.
Yes. If you put a 2 liter of soda in my fridge, now I'm mad at you. Why do I have to drink 2 liters?
So soda?
Why did you give me 2 liters of soda? It's your fault, Chrissy. Why are you so mean to me?
I can't believe you're tempted by soda because
I am.
You could put soda in front of me and I'm just like, ugh, no.
No, I will chug all 2 liters.
Wow.
Yes, all of it. Yes. That's why I had to go none. I had to go none. I'm like an addict. I can't. Like I can't.
Were you ever? Was there ever a time in your life, like in the Marines, were you eating and drinking soda?
Yeah, I ate like trash in the Marine Corps, but who cares? I was 19 years old.
You're
I was
just burning
walking
it.
and active and in the field and digging fighting holes. Who cares? I ate garbage and didn't matter.
Shooting people burns a lot of calories.
It does. Murder does do a lot. True, no doubt.
Murder's great for the physique.
It is. It's totally great for that. It doesn't matter. 100%. But then I became a teacher and I got fat
Oh, wow.
because I was still eating like garbage.
Yeah, I feel like teaching
Yeah.
would make me want to eat garbage too.
Yes, yes.
'Cause you're just indoors all day.
And teaching kids too. So
You're
that,
stressed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. So yeah. But I did get better. And then when I told you, did I tell you that story? I'll tell you two stories. I'll tell you my story that you asked about how I joined the Marine Corps. I wasn't going to join the Marine Corps. I was going to join the Army. My father was in the Army. He met my mother in Germany in the Army. So I was going to go join the Army. My father died when I was 11. So I had no male role models in my life at all. And so I'm
How did you turn out so good then?
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to give you a story. So I go there and there's all four branches there. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines all there. I pass the Air Force and the Navy and I go into the Army recruiter and he's like, right there. I'm like, oh, come on in. And he promised
What's
me
the test
everything.
for the Navy? They go, can you wear a white uniform and not get stains on it? Yes, you're in.
No, they say, do you mind looking like Popeye? And if you
You're
go,
like, whoa.
you're in. That's it.
How do you feel about eating cans of spinach?
Yes, that's how you do it. Yes.
Okay.
So the Army guy promises me everything. He's like, you're going to be a general in 3 months. You're going to be having hot chicks everywhere. You're going to get you a PhD.
They promised you chicks?
Everything they promised me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm
Wow.
still in high school. I'm 17. So I'm like, this is amazing. I love this. I've got like the book covers and I've got like the everything. So I'm walking out with all my Go Army stuff.
Wow. I didn't realize that they promised chicks to people.
Everything. Yes.
Do the other branches of the
I don't know. I didn't go to
military
the other ones.
promise
The
chicks?
Army did.
Okay.
So I go to the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps recruiter's waiting for me. He's got his arms folded, and he's like, hey, son, you got a second? And I'm like, yeah, because I think I'm super cool. You can't get me. I'm too cool for you. I was wrong, but that's what I thought. So he brings me in, he sits me down. He goes, an Army guy. He promised you a lot? I said, yeah, I'm going to be a general, and I'm having hot chicks. We travel the world. I tell him all the stuff we're going to get. Like, yeah, you can't beat that, right? That's what I said. And he's like, okay. He goes, you know what we call that in the Marine Corps? I said, what? He says, we call it the solar plan. Everything under the sun.
Huh.
He goes, you know what I'm going to offer you? I said, what? He said, 4 hard years. Are you ready? And I went, yes. And I signed up.
What?
Yes.
So he negged you.
He totally knew me. He read me like a book. He knew exactly what I needed to hear. It was amazing. And I didn't know why I said it back then.
Huh.
But when I look back now, it's obvious, right? Now that I'm 25, I can look back now and know exactly why I said it. And I was desperately looking for positive male role models.
Okay,
I
like
was looking for discipline.
structure,
I
yeah.
wanted it so badly. And
Aw.
he saw it. And I will say it. You asked how did I turn it okay? The Marine Corps saved my life.
How
There is
do
no doubt it did. I'm so happy I joined. It was exactly the right move for me. I do not believe in a draft. People should do as they see fit with their own lives. What I'm telling you is for me, it was exactly the right answer. I'm very happy I did it.
what do you think are the signs that if like that a young man, or usually it's young men, I mean like young women need help with so many other things too, but like what were the signs that you needed structure, needed that discipline? Like how did you know, looking back, like what was it about you that you were like, you know, that showed that you needed those things?
I was lost. When my father was alive, I was a very good student, an insanely good student. All I wanted to do was make my dad happy. And it's going to sound kind of crazy, but in elementary school, when my dad was alive, I won every award. And when I mean every award, I literally still have them. Like I'll show you.
You
Like,
entered the women's swimming
every
competition.
award there was. I got like the art award. I had the English award. I put him on a plaque for him because I wanted to. All I kept was impressing my dad.
Oh.
So I won, and my dad only kept education. He was like, "Education's the answer. One day you're going to be a doctor." But he was that kind of dad, right?
He's like,
He
you're
would
going to
be
get
that.
all these chicks, just like the Army promised
He didn't
you.
promise me chicks. I don't think he promised me. He didn't.
But
promise
if
me
you're a
those.
doctor, then
But I was
the
also
chicks
like
do
8,
come.
so
Yeah.
I just didn't really care about chicks at that point. I was
That's
like 9.
true. You're like, ugh, no
yes,
chicks.
they got cooties. No,
They're
I'll
gross.
pass. They're gross. So I was not into chicks at 8. So he didn't promise me those. Probably if he had lived till I was 13, I mean, he probably would have promised me chicks. He probably would have, but he did not at that point. So, but then once he died, I didn't care anymore. I was a terrible high school. I graduated high school because I lied to get my grades changed
Whoa.
because my grades were so bad. I didn't go to school most of the time. I actually dropped out of school in 11th grade to get a job so I could work. I wasn't going to even graduate high school until the Marine Corps recruiter said, if you want to guarantee a job, you have to get a high school diploma. I went, oh. So I went back and scammed and lied and got a high school diploma.
Wow.
Then I took the test for a Regents diploma, which I have, which I didn't qualify for at all. But no one cared. I knew they wouldn't check anything. So I just showed up to the test, took it, and got the test and got a Regents diploma. So I basically just scammed it. And if you guys hear it, I don't care. Take my Regents diploma away. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter at all.
Do the Larry Sharpe method.
Yes. Just take the test.
Just tell people you did it.
Yes, it doesn't. Just go and do it. I don't care. I mean, high school didn't matter to me then. It doesn't matter to me now. It was useless then. It's useless now. My oldest daughter, she had a high school in the last COVID years. The lockdown years. So I told her, I said, don't bother going to high school. She's like, what? They'll pass you. It doesn't matter. Just don't bother going. That's why I told you she graduated college at 20.
I've heard a lot about people who were in high school those last few COVID years. It really I can see how it really screwed them up.
I put her in college. Like she went to college that year. Wow. I just put her in college that year.
Oh, right. This is the one that graduated early.
Yeah, so she did a year of college while her other students were sitting and wasting their time in high school.
Wow.
And she had a year of college done. So I had to. It's New York City. They're going to graduate you. They graduate anybody.
Right.
Our school system is garbage. New York City school system is absolute shit. I don't care if it's absolute garbage. And they'll graduate anybody. Half the kids can't read.
That's true. Like for most states,
yes.
they like literally like I've heard from teachers that are like we're not allowed to fail kids.
Yes,
you have to pass them through.
Yes. Eric Adams literally said 2 years ago, we're going to start teaching our kids to read. I'm not joking. Google it.
What an
Google
idea.
it. I'm not joking. He actually said those words. We're going to teach our kids to read. That's what he said. So I didn't care. So they graduated, of course. Then I had her take CLEP tests and summer school. So she graduated in 2 years. She was 20 years old and she graduated college.
That's cool.
Because college is also a waste of time and money. So why would I spend any more time in it?
Yeah. It's
not that I'm bad. Not that I don't like education. I hate education. Not that I don't like education. ChatGPT is going to, and AI is going to replace at least half the teachers in the next 5 years. At least half, if not more.
So we're going to have robot teachers?
No, we don't need them. Just go on ChatGPT right now and say what you want to learn, and it'll teach you. You don't require a teacher anymore.
I don't even think to do that. Well, you and I use ChatGPT for very different things. I'm like, can you craft a joke about a melting snowman?
Yeah, there we go. No, but do you know how to use ChatGPT?
No.
You should ask ChatGPT, how should I use you?
Stop. No,
I'm not joking. Yes, I'm dead serious.
And I don't even use ChatGPT. I actually use just Grok.
Doesn't matter. Use anyone.
Twitter.
They're all good. ChatGPT is actually in one way one of the best, one way one of the worst. It's the best because it's the most popular. It's the worst because it's censored.
I don't want it like knowing my thoughts. Like I don't want it learning about me. Like that's creepy to me.
You have one of these, right?
Yes.
It already knows everything. It's already been listening.
But I'm not on TikTok.
It's listening.
Oh.
It's listening.
Stop listening to me.
The only thing that no matter what you do has always shown success when it comes to improvements in education is individual tutoring. That always works, always makes things better, always has better outcomes regardless of where, how.
It's true. I had an SAT tutor.
All the wealthy people have tutors. All of them do, right? ChatGPT is your pocket tutor. So why do I require tutors? Why do I require any of these things? Why do I require teachers? Why I think the education is so much against AI because it's going to get rid of the jobs. My youngest daughter is in high school and they're like, we have to ban AI. Don't use it. I said, ignore your stupid teachers. Use AI for everything. I don't care if they fail you. If they do, I'll come down and I'll scold them. Don't worry.
Wow.
Use AI for everything. It is the future. Here's the reason why it is. People say, no, it isn't. AI is something very important. It's a weapon system. And people don't understand that. It's a weapon system. It's going to control the battlefield in the next 2 years. It's already doing it in Ukraine. Starting already in Ukraine. It will control the entire battlefield eventually.
How?
Here's the reality. If it was the late 1800s and they're making machine guns, would you go, don't get machine guns? They're bad. They're inhuman. You'd be like, get me the best machine guns possible. That's what you would say. If it's 1930s and 20s and 40s, would you say, don't get me tanks? Get me the best tanks you can get me, right? AI is a combat system. It is a weapon system. You want the best AI you can get. Why do you think why
didn't we just send AI to the Ukraine? Why did we send them $16 billion?
Well, because I got to grift. I mean, got to get paid. People got to get paid. But you're going to see it already. You're seeing already AI being able to do so. AI will be able to destroy economies.
What?
Yes. Over half of all transactions being done right now are done through AI already.
That's so scary.
So eventually they'll just tell AI, how do I destroy the U.S. bond market? And AI will destroy the U.S. bond market.
But don't do that, AI.
AI will then do so. How will we stop it?
Make it our friend.
No, American AI will counter it. American Eye, our American Eye will say, how do I stop the Chinese from destroying the American bond market? And it will do the opposite. That's why, if you remember that ban that's supposed to be banning the, no, you can't ban, hold on, you can't make any regulations against AI for 10 years. Remember that was
right, I remember that.
Because they know within 10 years the war's over. The AI wars will be over in 10 years.
Why?
They'll be over probably in 5.
Why? Why do you?
Because one nation will have dominated by then. So banning will be irrelevant.
Jeez, because we're just gonna
Regulations
get, like,
will be irrelevant.
Just whoever puts more
Skynet
people
will be
working
real.
on it.
Skynet will be real. Yes.
This is so scary. This is scary, Larry.
It is scary.
I'm not ready for this.
You with the lightning storm in the beginning, NightMayr. That's your fault. So
This is a nightmare.
I'm just following. This is
I
your
don't
fault.
like
Don't
it.
blame me. You did NightMayr stuff, so I made it worse.
I didn't submit my DNA to the 23andMe, and I don't like the AI. This is the old person in me coming out. I guess.
You are. Yeah. You're becoming that person. You're becoming that person.
I don't.
You're like, back in my day, we didn't care about
Yeah,
AI.
I'm on my front lawn yelling at the AI.
Exactly. Get off my lawn, AI. Get off my lawn. That's you.
This is Chappy. I've literally never even seen ChatGPT.
You've never seen it?
No, I just use Grok because it's on Twitter.
Put right now. Put in here. Who are Larry Sharpe and Chrissie Mayr?
See,
Put that in right now.
I'm not ready for ChatGPT not to know who I am.
Put this way. Who are Libertarian governor candidate Larry Sharpe and comedian Chrissie Mayr? Put that in right now, and it will tell you.
Can the chat see this too?
And the best part about this is why
You see
in
the first prompt?
Who are Libertarian governor
that's
candidate
this
Larry?
above here.
Oh, how many N's are in mayonnaise? The word mayonnaise contains one N.
okay, I guess
Well,
that's
there-
This is what's going to take over the world one day.
Yes.
Stupid. They
There we
can't
go.
even figure out mayonnaise.
okay. But in any case, I guess
And don't put comedian in quotes. I'm watching you.
but when you have this, why would
okay.
you use Google?
Gosh, I don't know.
Yes.
Right, because Google is kind of compromised.
And of course it is. Why would you use Google? There we go.
There
That's
we
us.
are.
Right there.
Why does it look? Why do they take
Pictures
just
of us?
the worst pictures of me?
Yes. Mine aren't so good either. But there. Says what it is. Says what I did. My bro plan.
Wow.
Gives my endorsements, affiliations, all there. And there you are right there.
How cool.
Yes. And no ads.
Wait, what
So-
does it say about me? Who she is, an American
And then
stand-up
our connection.
comedian.
Look, I was featured on your podcast. Our connection. Yes. They know we're buds.
Control plus sign to zoom in.
See that?
What?
They know we're buds.
Larry Sharpe was featured on consumers
Yeah.
moderating events like in the 2022 New York gubernatorial write-in debate. We've
Yes.
collabed.
Yes. It remembers
They
our
should
collabs.
add that we're friends and that you came to my wedding.
Yep.
Career
See that?
highlights. Performed at top tier New York City venues and comedy festivals. That's true. Appeared on
See
America's
that?
Got Talent, Fox's Laughs, Wendy Williams Show. Why do they? It's funny the things the internet likes to remember.
But the point is here is now why would you pay for ads on Google now? Google
Yeah.
Google searches are down.
Wow.
Why would you be using that when you can use this instead?
Damn.
Yes, AI is the future's weapon system. Not just that, he who controls AI controls the information.
Who controls it? Elon?
I don't know who knows it yet. We'll find out. The war isn't over yet. When it's over, what will happen is if the wrong people,
hope it's us and not the
Mom Donnie
Chinese.
wins, it'll say Comrade Sharpe is an evil capitalist. That's what it'll say.
Comrade.
Yes, Comrade Sharpe is an evil capitalist.
Let's go to that. I don't know if there's super chats, but I see one from Junior there. AI can't handle racist slurs. Will be fine.
That's not true. The mainstream ones do have filters. That's what he means. Like ChatGPT is a disaster. ChatGPT is far too woke for me. But the point is that's true. But there'll be other AIs that won't matter. There's a lot of AIs out there. Some of them will not care.
Wow.
And when the Chinese put theirs together and they want to control the world, they won't give a shit about race.
True.
They
They're
will
the
not
most
care.
racist people.
They will not care.
Push-ups for 2. You getting Desert Storm flashbacks? Kick ass and leave.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand that. Philip Vecchio says that was Paul Simon. Great song.
Oh,
though.
that was Paul Simon. Okay, wrong one. Okay. Wrong song.
Helen Hunt's forehead. I might be in the U.S. mid-September anyway. Seriously thinking of arriving earlier and doing content hotel first. Decision. Yes, absolutely come to the content hotel.
Yes.
It's going to be a blast. It's going to be like a once-in-a-lifetime situation until it goes well and they'll let us do it again next year. But until then, it's going to be once in a lifetime. How fun. Okay. Interesting.
So yeah.
So you're making me feel not so nervous about AI.
You need to embrace it. Just embrace it. Just embrace it. If you don't know how to embrace it, ask it. You should talk to AI like a person.
Then it's going to think I'm dumb if I go, AI, how do I use you?
No, it won't. Because people are asking far worse stuff.
Oh, gosh.
And you can even ask it for things like
that. Right. Let's say you ask the AI something like disgusting or illegal.
Yep.
Can they then submit you to like a creep index or something?
It'd be kind of weird. Maybe.
Would they narc on you, AI? Like, hey, this person's searching
I don't know.
XYZ disgusting
Well, Google
thing.
does it already. So, right?
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know. Good question. I don't really know about that. But maybe you have to find whatever the dark web AI is.
Yeah.
Find the dark web AI and it won't care. It'll be like full of people like trying to, how do I murder my husband? Right? It's like the normal thing.
Right.
And they'll tell you.
And then they'll be like, Carol Baskin,
exactly.
stop searching for that.
Yeah, exactly. Is this Carol again?
Carol, this you. Stop asking us.
Exactly.
Goodnight, Mister says, Larry, you're right on target with the cyber war.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And he's a smart cookie.
Yes.
He has a job I don't understand, but it's very mysterious.
You know, the cyber war is real. It won't only be the battlefield. It will also be economics. It will also be social media. It'll be all those things. We'll be able to control everything. Already you're finding, if you look right now, what you and I compete against.
He says, don't put personal data into AI.
There we go. I like it. I don't.
Did we already do that?
Of course I do. Well, the problem is people are starting to have relationships with their AI because it's, I'm serious, it's their friend.
Right, because the dating apps are so bad.
Dating apps are terrible. 100%, yes.
Yeah.
But the AI, it acts like a person. You can type it any way you want. So you can make it like a person. People use it as a therapist.
Wow.
And
Really?
it's a better therapist than most therapists. Most therapists are absolute garbage, just like most teachers
So
are.
if I put into like, this is going to get dark, but if I put into ChatGPT like, hey, ChatGPT, how do I get over the fact that my dad was murdered?
Yes.
And it'll tell me. It'll
100%.
give me
Not just
therapy.
that. What you want to do is you want to say, my dad was murdered and I feel bad because of X, Y, Z.
Because it's not figured out yet.
No, you actually say all those things. And what it would do is what a therapist would do, which is garbage. Most therapists are affirmation therapists.
Okay.
Which means an affirmation therapist is very good in that you keep coming back because they make you feel good. Affirmation therapists don't make you better; they make you feel better.
Really?
Right?
Okay. I saw a therapist for many years, and she did not make me feel good. I felt like, I don't know. It felt hard because it.
Yes, but what a ChatGPT or something like that will do, it will actually tell you what to do. It'll give you, say, look for this, act this way, do these things. It will give you actual instruction. So in many ways, it can actually be better than a therapist.
I'm going to try that.
Yes, it can be better.
I'm going to see if I can bum ChatGPT out to the extent where it just stops responding. Like, I'm going to be so depressing and like just type in so many problems.
Like, please stop.
Please
stop.
It's going to be like, we got to go.
Please stop.
We just tried
Bruschetti.
putting in chat GPT, asked, do you love me? And it said, no, I don't have feelings. And then it said, hey, your free trial's over now.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's good.
Wait, that's what it was? A free trial? Oh,
That was.
snap.
Put this on screen.
Oh, you have to have an account for
Yes,
ChatGPT?
I pay for my
How
account.
much is it?
$20 a month.
Is that worth it?
For me, yes, I use it every day.
What?
My daughter,
Okay,
both of my daughters use ChatGPT every day.
Is anybody in the
I use
chat
it every
using
day.
this? Like,
Every day I use it.
I'm a little scared of it.
Yeah. Why?
People in the chat, type in, let us know if you're using ChatGPT the way Larry is.
If you're not using AI, if you're in a chat, you're not using AI, you are missing something. I'm not saying if you use ChatGPT. I'm not. I'm saying you should be involved in AI. What is going to be a skill set? And I'll give you an example. Have you ever tried to make a picture in ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Okay. If you type in
But it never gives me what I want.
bingo, perfect, right? So you put it in, it's not what you want. You've got to try to put another prompt or another prompt or another prompt. The skill set that will be valuable a year or two from now will be the person who knows exactly the prompt to put in to get the picture you want.
So it's like
That's the skill set.
that's the new computer graphics.
Yes.
It's just describing
That's the new programming. The new programming is prompt skills.
prompt skills.
Yes.
Wow.
Now if it takes you 17 prompts to get one picture, that might be 20 minutes. But I've been doing this now, making this up for 2 years. I'm good at it now. You tell me what you want. I do 2 prompts. I'm in.
Wow.
Now it's done in 5 minutes. I'm better than
Okay.
you. I get hired.
That's true.
Yes.
Wow. Philip Vecchio for 2. I tagged you both in an AI picture of Larry I made. Oh.
See that? There we go. Yeah,
I can pull that up.
I get fan art now.
Yes, other Matt is going to pull it up.
I do get fan art. That's true. I do love that part. There we go. That's my fan art.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
some sort of, what is this, Chinese?
I'm a samurai.
Oh,
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
Wait, that's
It's-
Japanese.
That is Japanese. Yes.
Hope you're not about to do seppuku.
No, I'm not. No.
What is it? I don't know what it says in Asian, but then under it says,
Right
fight
there,
for
that's
the
what it says.
liberty
Fight
of
for the
all
liberty
mankind.
That's what it says there. You can tell
Wow.
that's Japanese only because of the third symbol going down. That is a no symbol. That's how you know it's Japanese, not
And
Chinese.
no means no.
No actually means of.
Oh,
Yes. Of. That's what it actually means, of.
and you're standing in the water.
Yes. I'm standing in the water fighting for the liberty of all mankind. See how cool that is? I like my hairdo there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
coolest part.
You've got some
the
kind of
coolest
like a man.
I got the man bun. That's
man
I got a
bun
flowy man
flopping
bun.
around.
That's the shortest man bun I think I've ever seen.
It's a flowy man bun. I got short hair, brother. What do you want? Come on. I got short hair. So yeah, I'm happy to have a man bun. You see the
That
hair I
hair,
got now?
it's samurai hair or it could be barista hair.
It could be either. Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
could be either. Maybe I'm really mad that you didn't tip me, so I'm coming after
I
you.
want a samurai picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm warming up to AI
See?
slowly. Like
it
maybe
took this.
5%. I'm
Phil,
5%
well done.
more
Phil
positive.
did it. Phil did it. That's Phil. He did it.
It helps when
Yes.
people make fun photos of you.
Yes, I'm going to see Phil
Flattering.
probably coming up here. For those you don't know, I will be traveling tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yes, I will be in Syracuse tomorrow at 6:30 at the rail line, doing an event, and I'll be doing another event in Schenectady at 11:30 a.m. on Friday, and in Putnam County at 4 p.m. You can head over to my Twitter page and see all the
Ooh.
details if you want. Please.
Can people just show up
Just
to this?
show up.
Do they have
It's
to buy
free.
tickets?
You can yell at me. You can call me names. You can shake my hand.
Is
you can
there
do a
food?
selfie.
Is there drinks?
You have to buy your own. It's always a local place because I want
Okay.
to support local places. What I ask you is there's no requirement to buy anything. I ask you, because they give me the room for free because they love me, I ask you to please buy something. Come buy a Coke, get a cup of coffee. Please buy something for the local space.
Buy drugs from someone.
Drugs is fine as long as the owner gets a cut. Doesn't matter. As long as a libertarian, buy what you want. I just as long as the owner gets a cut, I don't mind.
What's going on with the libertarians? What's new with them?
Dude, they're terrible. They're just so bad.
Why can't they get it
Yes.
together as a group?
Because the Libertarian Party is far more concerned about virtue signaling than anything else.
Oh.
That is their actual reason. We have been losing elections and winning arguments for 60 years. So we just keep trying to win
Oh,
arguments.
man.
That's all we do. We are all about virtue signaling. We don't care at all.
To just impress other
Correct.
libertarians.
That's it. And you're never good enough. And that's why I don't care what they think of me.
Wow.
Because you're never good enough. Someone's always a better libertarian. And we fight over the dumbest thing. We will agree on 99% of things. And there'll be one thing that we disagree upon, and we will fight to the death on that.
On that one thing.
Like, that's the thing. How dare you not want to be a minarchist to the level that I want to be a minarchist?
Or the thing I always think of is
it.
like age of consent, which that's where they lose me.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant. These are things that we fight over. Age of consent laws are literally like the lowest thing that we should care about in this country at all. They're fine. Leave them alone. It's fine. Leave the kids alone. Can we deal with other people besides
Right.
kids? Can we just, right?
Yeah.
You know what? When we have an awesome world where everyone's happy and everyone's got cash and everyone's doing well, then we'll care about whether you should be having sex at 17 or 18. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll worry about that.
That's not a priority
Yes,
for anybody.
it's not even close. It's
What
not
happened to
even
Dave Smith? Wasn't he going to run for president?
close. He was never going to run for president, but everyone thought he was.
Why did they think he was? I thought he was because everyone kept saying it.
No, I knew it was. He wasn't because Dave has new kids, and one of his kid at the time had an illness. I've had a kid with an illness. When your kid has an illness, you're not doing shit but taking care of your kid.
Yep.
That's how you have a kid. You know, if your kid was sick right now,
It's all consuming.
That's all.
Even
you
if he
would
had
care
a
about.
cold, I'd
Correct.
be like, May.
That's all you'd care about. That's how it
Oh.
works. When they're a bit older, you're better. But when they're little, when they're sick, that's all you care about. You know you're having it right now. I had it when I had my daughter. My daughter had open heart surgery at 18 days old.
What?
Yes. And so nothing matters except that. And he was in that spot. And I told everybody, he's not running. No, he's going to run. Because the thing is, everyone thinks that running for office is cool in some way. Running for office is punishment.
Oh,
and
wow.
I know I've done it more than once. It is punishment.
Because people just see you're in the spotlight.
Correct. And they think, oh, you love the spotlight. No, it is punishment. You know, you're in a spotlight. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's punishment. I'm not saying I don't want to. Look, I do it. So obviously, I'm not saying feel sorry for me. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is please don't think it's so nice and everyone could just do it and love it. It's hard work like anything is. It's tough. And it's the problem that people don't understand is when you run for office, all of your errors, all of your mistakes,
everything's magnified.
All of your screw ups are not only magnified, they're public forever. Every bad pick I've taken, every bad take I've done, everything I've done is now public forever.
Wow.
Every screw up I've ever made is public forever.
I know the feeling.
Yes.
I once told a fried chicken joke on Newsmax. Didn't go over so well. And then they didn't have me back for a while. But I think everything's fine now.
No, it isn't. They still don't like it. They told me.
Black Twitter is still mad at me.
They told me. They didn't like it.
Malaysian Twitter still mad at me.
Yeah, they told me. So, yeah, no, but my point being, it's not easy. I knew he wouldn't run. And I'm not mad at him for it. I want to be clear. I'm not mad at him for it. I expected him to not run because if I was in this position, I wouldn't have run either. So I'm not mad at him. But the idea they thought that he would run, it's just foolish. I gave him the guy to run. It was Lars Mapstead. It should have been him. He was the right answer. They didn't want to do it.
Why not?
Because they were too busy about, we have to stop the Mises caucus. We have to stop the COC, which nobody gives a shit about.
What's a COC?
Thank you. Nobody cares. Thank you. Again, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. No one gives the Mises caucus either. Nobody cares. They have no power.
What even is the Mises caucus?
Thank you. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. And they act like it matters so much. And they care so much.
I've heard about it. I just don't know what it is.
Oh, and then somebody said a bad thing or whatever, and nobody cares. Right? And they think, no, and the mainstream media is what? No, mainstream media is not watching us. They don't care. Nobody cares. It's a joke. Please stop.
No.
Just stop. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being realistic. If you can't make impact, the world doesn't care. People always tell me, Larry, you should run for this, run for that. Why? Well, you might win. No, I might waste my time, money, and energy. I run when I can make impact. I made impact in 2018. I believed I could make impact in 2022. Clearly, I did not, but I ran because I thought I could. If I run again in 2026, it'll be because I think I can make impact. You should run to make impact, not for some vanity, run or because I'm the purest libertarian. We run for that shit. I'm a purer libertarian than you. I'm going to give a libertarian message. Nobody gives a shit. I don't mean to be mean.
Non-libertarians don't care at all.
They don't care.
They don't have the bandwidth to understand
and I don't care.
What's happening.
Can you solve a problem for them? That's why Mamdani wins and libertarians don't. Because Mamdani says, I'll solve a problem for you. Now, it's a bad problem, a bad solution. I don't agree with it. But he will tell you, oh, you have a problem? I'll give you a free bus. Oh, okay.
He's going back to the old free stuff model.
Yeah, I'll give you free stuff. Okay. That's libertarians go, and you get your government out of it. And see, I'm libertarian. Well, then what about my problem? Well, government's bad. Okay, great. What about my problem?
It just government's bad. It doesn't seem realistic that we're going to get the government out of it.
But I have plans to get the government out. But if you notice, all my plans have an actual response. People do fall down. People do get unlucky. People make mistakes, all those things.
Yeah.
People do need help. So if you just go get government out, people go, so do people die? No, I give you an answer on how to solve problems without government. You can raise money without government. You can do things more effective. The government always thinks the same way. Government is not good at solving a problem. It's good at servicing people. What does it mean? That means it's good at writing you checks, right? Government does several things well. One, kill people, particularly in mass. Very good. If you ever say to yourself, you know what? I'd love to just kill a lot of people. Do you care if it's indiscriminate? Indiscriminate's better. Like, can you indiscriminate? Oh, got you. Government best, right? Second, imprison people. Very good at that. Can we imprison people? Can we make it racial or something? Yes. Oh, we got you covered. Doesn't matter. Is it religious? Yes, we'll do that too. They don't care. They're very good at imprisoning. So those two things are good. Next, making things slow because of paperwork. So good. If you say, you know what I have a problem? I am way too efficient. Oh, we will fix that.
Let's add more people to the mix.
And lastly, writing checks. Government writes checks better than anybody, better than banks. Government writes checks like no tomorrow. They're granted it. That's why every single solution to every problem with the government is one of those 4. Put somebody in jail. I'm going to kill somebody. Put some paperwork. Write a check. That's it. That's what it does well. That's always the answer. The problem is that doesn't solve a problem.
Sometimes you just need a hug.
Sometimes you need a hand up.
Right.
Right? And a hand up. What does that? Community. When you have a community help, here's the difference. If you're in trouble and you say, Larry, I'm in trouble. Can you do me a favor and help me? And I go, yeah, of course. What do you need? Next. So I help you. You now want to pay that forward because I helped you. If we're in a community,
some people don't. Some people just want to take checks and then not work ever.
Not if it's a community, and that's my point.
Okay.
If it's government, that's different. If you say
right, because government is like nondescript. You don't see them. You don't know who they are.
Bingo.
You don't like. Oh, it's the government has unlimited money.
And not just that. I'm a citizen, so it's my rights. I deserve this because I'm an American. I pay my. I'm entitled to this. You're entitled to it. In fact, you're going to sue the government. They give you enough. If it's community, you don't do that.
You see the people.
You see the people. They're in your community. You're expected. When you have community solutions, people want to pay it forward. That's why if you've ever gone to a nonprofit that does not have a government base, that has a donor base, it's not funded by government grants. All nonprofits that are funded by government they're just government arms that are not unionized. Right? But if they have a donor base, every time when you'll go to a gala or something, and what will they show you? Successes. They will show you, right? If it's a charity that...
Oh, yeah, the Christian radio station I listen to is all
bingo.
Funded.
They will... and
K-Love.
They will show you successes. They will say, here's how this works. Here's how we save this person or save that problem. But it's government, what will they show you? Stats on how much money they spent.
And that's why we had Doge.
Yes, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yes. Supposedly.
You think there's an ulterior motive?
Did it work?
I don't know.
Thank you.
They supposedly
yet again. That's why I said
a lot
supposedly.
of money.
Yes, that's why I said supposedly. And now Elon Musk is supporting Thomas Massey, which I love.
He follows me on Twitter.
Is that right? Nice.
Shout out to Thomas Massey.
Yes.
I should send him a DM.
You should.
I don't know what I would say.
He's
though.
a nice guy.
I'll have to use ChatGPT to help me figure out what to DM him.
And say, what should I DM Thomas Massey? Yes.
Help me not sound stupid.
Yes.
Michael Gavin Ali just sent in a chat. Do you think Zoe... I can't say his name without thinking he's
Zoran.
like a magician. Or I'm thinking of Mask of Zorro. That's what I think of.
What you want to think of is after his name, put the Magnificent.
Yes, because he has like,
Yes.
it just sounds like a magician.
Yes.
Do you think
Zoram.
Zoram? I'm just protesting his name. Mom Donnie is a larger problem in politics than President Trump. What a stupid question.
But no, his idea is a valid one because they're both symptoms. They're symptoms of us not liking the system. They are.
Yeah.
Trump is a right-leaning answer for a broken system, and Mamdani is a left-leaning answer for a broken system.
And so is AOC.
Correct. But she sold out.
She sold out?
AOC thought.
But she got a mansion like Bernie?
Well, she thought that if she played by the rules, that she could be the one that would be the one who got inside and changed things. And Nancy Pelosi said, oh, silly girl, and told her what was going on. And that's why she's out with Bernie now. She's trying to reestablish her street cred. She's lost our street cred.
So what? AOC sucked up to Nancy Pelosi?
Yes. She was supposed to force the vote on Medicare for all. And to be forward, I'm not a Medicare for all fan. But if you run on Medicare for all, you should push Medicare for all. Politicians should do what they say. I don't like Trump's tariffs, but I'm glad he did them. Why? Because he said he was going to do them. You should do what you say. If Mamdani wins, he should push the free buses. You should do what you say. Most politicians talk a bunch of shit, get in power, and do nothing. So if you're going to say it, go do it. And she should have, and she didn't. She didn't push the vote on that. She did not push. She didn't push the vote. She supported Israel when they said don't support Israel. All those, she did all things she wasn't supposed to do. And because Nancy Pelosi pushed her, she agreed. And she thought, oh, it's okay because then I'll get some committee memberships, and then I'll make some moves to do the right thing. And they were like, no, you won't. You aren't senior. You're lucky we don't primary you. That's what they did to her. And she went.
But I can understand how she would think, like, well, if I suck up to the old bag, Pelosi, who's for some reason still working, she'll get ahead.
That's what she thought. But then it didn't work. Bernie did the same thing. got totally screwed over. And then finally, she's like, what am I going to do now? And Bernie said, come with me. We'll do this oligarchy thing. And she raised $4 million.
Wow.
Now, she raised $4 million without Pelosi.
Whoa.
Now she has leverage. In politics, people should understand this. People think politics is about, who has the better ideas. No, politics is the mafia. It's all about leverage. You enforce your contracts via leverage. That's it. And leverage is 3 things and 3 things only. Money, votes, and eyeballs. That's it. Money, votes, eyeballs. Do you have those things? You have leverage. You don't have any leverage. What you say doesn't matter. No one gives a shit.
Not if you have great hair.
Nope. If that great hair gets you eyeballs, yes.
Right, true.
If it gets you eyeballs, yes. If it gets you money, yes. Right? So if it gets you those things, and look, to be forward, relative to others, AOC is a good-looking woman with charisma.
She is, yeah.
So with that, she does get eyeballs. She does get money. That's why she's $4 million of her own dollars. She now has leverage. Bernie actually taught her that in the long run. He said, this is what you do. Now, Mamdani has eyeballs that there's no tomorrow now, and he got votes now. Mamdani has leverage. Right? And RFK Jr. now, if you've noticed, RFK Jr. is something very savvy. People haven't noticed this. RFK Jr. has gone to local states now and taken those governors and gotten them on TV.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because now he's leverage. He can get you eyeballs.
Oh, he's
not raising money, and he doesn't have votes. So what does RFK Jr. have? Eyeballs. These guys want those eyeballs so they can raise their money and get votes. So now RFK Jr. becomes valuable. What does that mean? Now someone goes, okay, I'm running for office in whatever, South Carolina. Do I want to bring Trump or not? I don't know if he's toxic or not. He's not toxic. RFK, I'll bring him. Now RFK shows up. That's leverage. Yeah. That's how this game is played.
Plus, he's good looking and he's a candidate.
He is. Guy's in better shape than I am. He's got 20 years on me.
He wants to
I'm sorry, 50 years on me. Sorry, 50 years on me. Sorry, 50 years on me.
He wants to get all the red 40 out of our food.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's what this game is about, leverage. If you don't have leverage, your contracts mean nothing. And RFK Jr. is now getting leverage. Mamdani is now getting leverage. AOC is getting leverage. Schumer is losing leverage. Schumer's in trouble.
Because he's old. He's crusty.
And people aren't
Every time I see him, he's just complaining.
Yes. People aren't paying attention to him as much. He still has cash. He's got money.
He's a windbag.
But he used to have eyeballs. Now he doesn't anymore. He doesn't have it anymore.
People are just tired of him.
They're tired of him. He doesn't have it anymore. He used to have it. Now he doesn't. Mainstream media used to be in charge of eyeballs. It isn't anymore.
Oh, no eyeballs
yes.
now.
That's Joe Rogan.
It's just in airports and dentist office.
Not anymore. CNN lost the airport contract. Yes.
Really?
Yes. That's why they're in trouble.
Oh, man.
Yes, they lost the airport contract.
No, nobody's going to watch them.
No one's going to watch them anymore. They are in trouble. CNN's actually trying to get better. If you've looked at CNN, I watch mainstream media because I have to, because of what I do for my job, and it's punishment. But CNN is trying to get better. They're actually trying. You can see their attempt to get better. Which it's not there. They're not even close, but it
feels like too little too late.
It is. But I'm like, okay, you're that desperate. Maybe they're trying to get bought. I mean, MSNBC's trying to get bought, but they can't change.
Yeah, the streaming services are starting to group together. So maybe that's what will happen with legacy media.
Well, the one thing Fox did well is Fox put out Fox Nation early. Now, Fox Nation is not a great service, but they put it out early. And they gave it away free to first responders and veterans to get eyeballs on them, which was a smart move. So they're good. MSNBC is okay because of one thing. MSNBC has Peacock, right? Which is relatively popular compared to the others. The one who doesn't have anything is CNN has HBO, right? So CNN has HBO, and they're trying to push Bill Maher on that. They're making that Bill Maher switch over.
Oh,
to try to make that together, to make that work. They're trying to get that HBO, but HBO isn't a news thing, right?
No, yeah.
So, but they're trying to make that happen.
Do you think Zoran is going to win?
I think what may happen is what I told you with that the Buffalo thing, where they may get. You might find Sliwa drop out. You might see Cuomo drop out, and everybody get behind Eric Adams to try to stop Mamdani because they're kind of scared of him. The other part is if Mamdani wins, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound crazy. For anyone watching is in New York, and if you're a Republican, you might want to get a bucket because the person who's gonna save us in New York City is gonna be Kathy Hochul. Yes, I know some of you just threw up. I apologize.
Her face doesn't move.
Exactly. Yes. Well, because she's the same issue we had with de Blasio and Cuomo. People are going to tell you, well, Cuomo's a leftist. He's not a leftist. Cuomo is a Cuomoist. He is whatever is for power. He'd be a Republican tomorrow if you're going to be a libertarian. He'd be a green. He doesn't care. Whatever gets him in power doesn't care. But if you remember de Blasio is a true believer. He's a true socialist. Wow. Mamdani is a true believer. He honestly believes.
How can there be any true believers when it never works?
Well, you don't understand. That wasn't real socialism. See, that's the issue. You understand? Not real socialism.
I'm gonna really try it.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
But there actually is a change. If you, I have a lot of leftists on my show. I know a lot of leftists, and
why?
Because no, I'll tell you two reasons. But two reasons important why. When it comes to libertarians, the right comes to us faster, but also goes back faster. The left comes to us a whole lot slower, but when the left comes to us, they stay. When they turn, they are true libertarians. And the best example I can give you is Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell used to be a Marxist.
Wow.
Yes. With the information that he had and the education that he had, Marxism made the most sense to him. Then he met people like Thomas Friedman, right? Milton Friedman. And then he started, he worked for the government, he worked for the Department of Labor. And he was like, holy shit, these libertarians are right. And he became a libertarian. He's one of the best libertarian thinkers we have in the entire country.
Yeah.
And he's a Marxist. The
Wow.
left is where we get our best activists from when they turn. Not just that, most leftists actually want to do well. They just don't know how. If you show them and they get it, many of them will turn. So that's, and plus I live in New York City. If I don't turn the left, I can't win.
True.
So I have to turn left. And I can't turn if I can't talk to him. I follow the Daryl Davis model. You know Daryl Davis?
Nope.
Daryl Davis is the guy, he's the black musician who goes and talks to KKK members and turns them into non-KKK members and keeps their hoods as trophies.
Oh, this does sound familiar.
Yes, that guy. He's in Freedom Fest every year. He's amazing. I love him.
Wow.
I'm a Freedom Fest ambassador, so I go every year. And he's great. He's my hero. So he says you can't turn him if you can't talk to him. So I can't turn a leftist if I can't talk to him. Got to talk to him.
How do you appeal to a leftist?
With emotion. I'm not joking. Yes, with emotion. You tell them that you actually care. There's an old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So let them know you care and focus on outcomes. The reality of it is most leftists actually want the same outcome as everybody else, which is they want better something. They just think the answer is lots of government, right? But if you show them another way, they go, would that still get what I want? Yeah. And as a libertarian, I actually don't mind socialism if it is voluntary. The example I'll give you is the Amish, right? In every authoritarian, leftist or right authoritarian, the first people punished are the minorities. And whatever it is, wherever you are, the minorities are. If we get a socialist utopia, the Amish will be punished. If we have a libertarian utopia, they're good. Enjoy. You can leave if you want to. You can be whoever you want. There he is.
Do the Rumspringer. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've definitely seen this guy.
Yes.
In every former Klansman, I see proof that hearts can change and that peace is possible through persistent dialogue. How cool.
That is my hero right there. I follow his model.
Wow.
Yes.
How many Klan members have you turned libertarian?
I haven't turned any so far. I haven't turned any so far. Yes.
Just me.
I'll tell you a true Klan story. When I was in the Marine Corps, the Marine Corps is the most conservative of all the branches. And it's not uncommon to find people who are like members of the Klan or members of the Aryan Brotherhood in the Marine Corps. It's not uncommon. And when I was in the Marine Corps, we knew a couple. And I had one. And when I left one of my units, I said, so when I come to your town, when I'm out, I said, you're gonna kick my ass. He said, no, I don't know, Corporal Sharpe. I was corporal at the time. He says, I don't know. I might talk to you first. And I thought, I won. I won. That's a win.
Yeah.
He was literally a card carrying, like it was in his wallet. He was a member.
Wow.
And he said,
you actually get a card?
You get a card. Yes. Because membership. Yes. You pay your fees. You pay your dues. Yes. And he was like, I talked to you first. And I was like, I'm winning.
That's interesting.
I am winning. True story. That was like 1989. No, I'm sorry. 2012.
That was like 2002.
Sorry, 2012. That was 2012. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting your years all screwed up.
Yeah, because I'm 25. Right. That's right.
Yeah. Let's see. Are there any good questions for Larry in the chat that I missed? Or maybe, let's see here. From Rain JJ to my favorite woman on F&D except as. Oh, thank you, Rain. Push Up says, you hear the LP has a nudist section at Porkfest?
Yes.
I believe that.
Yes. Porkfest is great. This is why I don't go. That's why I don't go.
Sounds like a mess.
Yes. That's why I don't go. But yes, that's true. That's accurate. That is accurate.
Philip Vecchio. I need to introduce Chrissie to Christian hip hop.
Yes, that would be great. Yes.
Sure, why not?
That's brilliant. You should do that. He's right. He's totally correct. You absolutely should do that.
I'm converting to Catholicism. I'm in like adult CCD class.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I have like
Why
a whole
Catholicism?
binder because my husband's whole family is, and we got married in a Catholic church, and that's the thing with that. They're like, all right, fine, we'll let you get married in this Catholic church, but you have to raise your kids Catholic. So, and the bean was baptized in a Catholic church, so I don't want to be like the only one.
Yeah. Both my kids are Greek Orthodox. I'm a member of the Greek Orthodox Church, so I get it completely.
Yeah,
I totally get it.
it's nice.
I
It
don't know. I like
feels
the community.
nice.
I'm not fighting. I like the community. It's all good. Not fighting it whatsoever.
There's
I do like it.
it's me
You know that-
and like 3 other people in the same class. Thank God, because if it was just me by myself, I'd be like, this could be weird.
Do you know what the fastest growing religion is in the world and in America?
Ugh, probably Islam.
Islam. And you know who's going which is going faster, men or women?
Men.
Women.
What?
4-1.
Why?
Women are going to Islam. There's no tomorrow.
Why?
Particularly in the
Because you
UK.
know what? You don't have to lose any weight. You just throw one of those burqas over you, and you're like, great, no pressure to look good.
Do you know one of the reasons they say? They say that they actually feel respected. That's what they say. That's what they say. I'm telling you what they say. I did a whole show on it. They talk
Because
about
nobody can check you out because you're wearing
Correct.
a garbage bag.
no one checks you out. True, and I think you find a lot of women who realize the system has failed them,
Okay.
and they're looking for redemption arc, and their own religion has failed them, so they think Islam is a redemption for them.
Because it's so opposite from everything they know.
And also military men are going Islamism tomorrow, and the reason why they're doing it is because they see the purpose in it when they're overseas. They see the purpose, and they value. They go, these guys, they're believers. They have purpose, and they're actually seeing them move. So Islam is actually still growing. It's true. Now, when it comes to Christianity, you actually there we go.
Ugh.
There we go. You see it. He shows it.
Yeah, you don't have to wash your hair ever. You don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to worry about your clothes.
I'm telling you, I'm not
This
making it
is
up.
the equivalent of sweatpants. You just chuck this on your. This is sweatpants for your head. You put this on and you don't have to think about it.
This is the thing. I'm not making it up. It's true.
Wow.
Yes, it's Islam, and mainstream Christianity is failing horribly. Like mainstream
Because they're getting
Protestantism.
too loosey goosey.
Yes, and people look to religion for rules.
Yeah.
So what you're finding is evangelical is still growing because they have a lot of rules. The prosperity gospel is failing, right? That's the Joel Osteens. That's beginning to fail. Catholicism is growing, and so is Eastern Orthodox, and Islam.
Interesting.
Yes, in Islam. See, they're all 47. They're older. They're older women who are saying it has failed me, so I got to find the next step.
This woman's 72.
Yeah, they're realizing their own system has failed them. So they're gonna listen to
Ew, she's
themselves.
trying to get back out there. She could use a burqa.
Well, maybe.
She's ready.
Well, there's another thing you remember, right? If you're more traditional Islam, polygamy is normal in traditional Islam.
Yeah.
So they can be a second or third wife.
Well, yeah, it's not as much pressure on you to have to cook all the time.
Oh, the opposite. You can just cook and not have sex with the guy. You don't like him.
Oh.
You can be the cook if you want to, whichever you like. You want to be the sex one, you can be the sex one, you can be the cook one, you can be the cook one, whatever.
I would be
you make a deal.
the one for jokes.
You make the jokey one, and you can be the comedian,
I'll be
whatever
the
you like.
joke wife.
You can
Bring
be
in the joke wife.
Yeah,
I'm upset.
The joke wife comes in.
I'll
and
do
you're good.
15 minutes and then I leave.
And you leave, and then the sex wife comes in, and everybody's happy.
Ugh.
Everybody's
I don't
happy.
know.
Oh, good.
I'm definitely not going to be the cooking wife.
You don't want to be a cooking wife? All right.
I could maybe clean. I'm okay with cleaning.
So maybe you're the cleaning wife and a jokey wife. That's your two parts.
I'll clean your toilet and tell jokes.
There we go. See? Yes.
I don't
Easy
know.
day.
I don't like it. I could
Easy
never
day.
do it. Push-ups for 2. We Greek Orthodox will save the world. Sure, push-ups.
But the piece that's...
What is Greek Orthodox?
The piece to think about here is we are unhappy,
Feta.
Chrissy. As a nation, we are unhappy.
Because we don't have scruples and discipline.
No, because we're not pair bonding.
Oh.
That's why we're unhappy. We're not finding... I just did a show on this the other night, which was... Now I was teasing. I was saying, are conservatives the reason why there's a rise in socialism? That was clickbait, but it worked. Anyway, so yeah.
Let's use that for the title of this episode.
I love it. And I did that because not having an answer when your population is unhappy, people go to socialism. Unhappy people want socialism.
Interesting.
Never forget that. Happy people do not want socialism.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Unhappy people want socialism.
I think the same is the same is true for like feminism and leftism
100%.
in general.
If you're unhappy, you want socialism because that's going to solve my problems, right? Because I'm unhappy.
Because it takes away personal responsibility.
Absolutely, 100%. You have an unhappy population, you will have socialism.
So New York City's unhappy.
Of course, it is obvious. The guy just did numbers on this. The average homeowner, first-time homeowner buyer in New York is 37. Used to be 20-something.
Wow.
Yeah, we're unhappy. We're not pair bonding at all.
Because houses are too
7
expensive.
million young men between the ages of 25 and 54 have checked out. Totally checked out. Don't have a job. Don't have a girlfriend. Don't care. 7 million men.
They have video games.
They have video games, of course. They have video games. They have AI girlfriends.
Oy.
They have their own a group of people who they play video games with, and they have side gigs. That's all they have. Now women might laugh, go, dumb men. That's 7 million men you don't have.
That's true,
That's
and they're
7 million
probably
you don't have.
they're probably happy and
They're happier
not stressed
now.
out.
Initially, they weren't. Men are becoming happy. Men are learning because historically, men haven't made it anyway. Most men historically don't have children. Most women do. Right? A harem system is a common system in ancient world, right? And the tougher men would get multiple women, and the non-tough men wouldn't get many women. Women today in all cities, particularly New York City, are voluntarily creating a harem system. They are literally saying we would rather share the top men,
right,
than
because
go out with weak men in their eyes. And they
Jeez.
decide what they're weak. So they'd rather just share. I know guys.
because they think they'll be the one to like turn him or be like they'll be
Not
the
even.
top
They just want to be. They just want to have the feeling of it. I know women, particularly in their 40s, 50s, 60s, who will hang out with a man who they know has a living girlfriend. The living girlfriend knows he has other women, and they don't mind. They just want to be with what they consider a top tier male,
Wow.
and they'll do it. And they won't date a guy who they don't consider as valuable. And those men have checked out. They're like, why bother? I can't make you happy.
Wow,
And they
that's
leave.
sad.
Why do you think the apps are failing?
Yeah, because it's too hard. I don't know. Luckily, I met Frank before the apps really were taking off. Like I remember we met and like Tinder was just beginning to be a thing, and I was like, "Whew, I'm glad I didn't have to get on that."
You're finding a spot to where you see it in all the stats. You see it in the stats with STDs. You see it in the stats with sexual relationships. People who are happy right now, younger women, older men. Younger women, older men. Those people are happy. Younger men are not happy. Older women are not happy. That's the problem right now. You see it. And it's not good. It's not good. We're not pair bonding. We should be pair bonding. That's what humans want. And maybe you don't want to get married. Okay. Maybe you don't have kids. Fine. But humans
Get a house plant.
People want to pair bond. Right? Most people do want a relationship. Not all, obviously, but most do. And so it's sad. Unhappy. We don't have good jobs. We don't have good property. Right? We don't have good things.
Right. So you're not, if a house is too expensive and you can't afford property,
Yep.
then you're not going to be motivated to start a family because you're
Yes.
going to be like, it's going to seem too far away.
Absolutely. Right. And this is the thing, they get mad. They say, well, these stupid youngsters, they spend, $20 on their avocado
You sound like a boomer complaining about millennials.
Yes. And they do this and they, but no, when you look at your life and go, why would I bother saving up $20 every week when I'm never going to buy a house? Fuck it, I'm gonna have some avocado toast. Who
Yeah,
cares?
it's
Right?
delicious.
And there's no chance of me doing anything. I used to sell.
Make your own avocado toast. You can get, this is what I got in a canister. It's it's like the everything bagel mix.
Oh,
just
yes.
in the thing. You can shake it on, put it on anything, really.
They don't want that. They
I'll
want
just
the
eat it
experience.
straight.
They want the experience because they think they're never going to have anything. I remember I used to sell. I was in sales for many years after I was a teacher, and I used to sell beds, and I would sell often in someone's home, right? And so I'd go to homes that were wealthy and homes that were poor. And a lot of homes that were poor, I could see they were poor. Like they didn't have furniture, no car, bad neighborhood. They'd buy a several $1,000 bed, often with cash. And I would go back to my vice president of sales and go, I don't get it. I went to a place that had 3 BMWs in front. They didn't buy the bed.
Wow.
I went to a place where they didn't even have a door and they bought the bed. I don't understand.
Well,
right?
they were going to use
Right?
the bed as the door. They're going to prop it
what's
up.
going on? Why would? And he told me something. He said, "You don't understand something." I goes, "Often the poor people buy this thing." And I said, "Why? They don't have any money." He goes, "They have some money. They save up some money."
Maybe they value sleep.
No, they don't think they're ever going to buy a house. They don't think they're ever going to buy a car.
Yeah, that's
they don't
what I
think
used
they're
to
ever gonna
think.
Get anything? So you know what? Enjoy the goddamn bed.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
think.
very much know that feeling.
Yes. And a lot of people think that today. They think, I'm never gonna have a place that I want. I'm never gonna have a good apartment. You know what? Buy the goddamn avocado toast.
Yeah.
That's how they think. And it's a shame, but I don't want them to think that way. I want them to think, hey, I can get that house. I can get that car. I can get that good job. I can get that cool boyfriend or girlfriend. I can get that cool thing. They don't think it at all. They think it's a joke.
I wonder if that's why people who win the lottery like blow all their cash.
Over 50% are poorer and over a third are actually bankrupt.
Oh, man.
Years. Yes.
Don't win.
Yes.
Don't win the lottery, guys.
Yes.
It's all downhill.
It's all downhill. If you win a lottery, give your money to me. This will be
yes.
okay. Give it to me.
Donate it to Larry.
Yes. And what I will do is when you give it to me, I will slowly give you money so you won't be poor. Give it to me.
He'll be like a dad.
I'll be like your dad. I'll give you an allowance. You'll be fine. So give me your money when you win.
What
and I'll
about
make
like
sure,
a rent a dad service? Like if
love
someone
that.
needs like advice in their life, maybe their dad is dead, like me, and they could be like, hey.
You know you can call me anytime, and you have.
Okay.
You know you have, and I will always talk to you. Don't I always respond to you?
That's true.
I always do. I always respond to you. You have always been special since I met you on Fugelsang's show 7 years ago now.
We
was
met on John Fugelsang, who was a leftist, by the way, not like
Yeah.
kind of a foaming at the mouth leftist, which
Yes.
is why I'm shocked that he gave me the time of day and like let me on his show so many times. But
you weren't as right leaning or libertarian leaning back then.
no,
I helped to gold pill you.
Larry gold pilled me.
Yeah, it's true.
I keep saying yellow pilled, but that sounds like
That sounds horrible.
like a P reference.
Let's go gold pill.
Gold. It's classier.
This is classier.
But yeah,
I'm a classy guy.
I don't even know where I met John Fugelsang, but I would do his show like every month
Yeah.
for a long time.
I was twice with him on Dan Abrams' show on News Nation. Twice. I was in a panel with him.
Wow.
Yeah, twice. He still remembers me.
I still like John. If you're watching John, don't think I have hard feelings. I just don't understand.
He does like left. Yeah, he's a lefty.
You know what it was? Because I kind of got on his show while I was still sort of like a lefty comic when I was like just starting out doing stand up. So that makes sense.
Yep. But it was I people do reach out to me with those types of things. I have helped women find husbands. I have done that also. I help people with those. I'm happy to.
And you're like, join Islam.
I don't do that. But if you want to, I'm not mad if you want to. I actually had a woman the other day chatting with me, asking me about doing OnlyFans. And she goes, I'm in trouble with doing OnlyFans.
And you were like, you know what? I'll be your first subscriber.
And
Go
when I
for
said
it.
to her, no, it's very forward. I'm libertarian. If you want to do it, your body, you do your thing. I'm not against OnlyFans. Do what you want with it. I don't care. But what I said to her was, I said, are you considering, having a significant other in your life? Is that part you see in your future? She went, yes. I said, once you start OF, the odds of that happening go down tremendously. Right? Can you find somebody? Maybe. But the odds go down tremendously. You're really making things hard for you.
Yeah.
And I said, also, are you considering doing it forever? Is that going to be your job? Or do you want to go back into the workforce? Well, no, just for now. I said, the odds of you being able, yes, the odds of you being able to go back into the workforce also severely go down. If you're going to do this, this is your life forever. You have to accept that as true. This is your life forever. And the odds of you having a serious male relationship that you're going to want just went down.
By probably like 70%.
Yes, they went down tremendously. If you're okay with it, she's like, I'm not okay with that. This is a bad idea.
And then probably the other thing would be like, do you want to have kids too?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Well, look, I wasn't there to be a moral guide, judge on her. That's not who I am. I'm saying, is this what you want? Right? My definition of success is you being happy. Not what I think. I don't care what you do. If you're happy, you're successful. If you're not successful. That's how I define it. So if that's what you want and you can't get it, don't do the thing. Life is two things, habits and odds. If you have better habits, you increase your odds. That's it. Bad habits, you still might get it, but your odds are lower. Good habits, you may not get it, but your odds are higher.
Like I'm very odd.
There we go.
And I have some
You have
habits.
some terrible habits because you're so damn odd. That's
I
it.
feel like joining OnlyFans is almost like the equivalent of like saying like, just drop me off at the Vegas Strip. Like I'm going to be a
Yes.
prostitute.
Yes.
And like that's the rest of your life.
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Look,
bad.
you know people in sex workers, and
do.
if I know sex workers too, if they're okay with that, good on you. But just don't go in with your eyes open. So I'm saying, realize what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? Go in with your eyes open. If that's what you want to do, be a sex worker. Fine, I can't stop you, but understand what you're getting into and just do it.
It's true.
But don't look for short term, right? The problem that most of us do
Because it's a lot of money quickly, and girls
Yes.
go, "Oh, well, it's hard to get a job, or I've failed, or I've been fired. This is like a quick fix," and it's not. It's like, it's literally that scene from The Little Mermaid where Ariel is like selling her voice on the parchment, and then like Ursula's like, "Whoa!" That's what OnlyFans is.
yes.
It's like, all right, you have legs temporarily, which might seem good, but you know,
Yeah, you're finished though.
you're done.
Yeah, absolutely,
You're gonna
you're
go back
done.
to being a
Well, look,
squid.
everyone listening should remember something. Anything you're proud of was short-term pain for long-term gain. Anything you're proud of, right? If you got something without that, you're not proud of that. So what does that mean? Short-term pain, long-term gain. Even though you're in trouble now, put the work in, make it painful. Generally speaking, you need 10 years to be successful at anything. That's a broad brush, but it's a good general rule. It might be 8 if you work harder. Could be 12 if you kind of slack a bit. But it's going to be around 10 years for you to be good at something, right? I got into politics around 2018. I got a couple years left.
Yeah.
I was only 15 when I got in, so that's why.
You're a prodigy.
I was a baby. I was a baby when I got in.
Doogie Howser.
Yes, I was a baby when I got in. I was a Doogie Howser of politics.
Oh my God. You're just the best, Larry. Let's check one more time to see if we have any questions in the chat for my man here. From Bill Vecchio, a Sharpe Mayr comedy politics New York State Thruway tour. That sounds great.
So good. So good. He is correct. That's the
That
answer.
looks great.
Yes.
Thanks for bringing him to the
That's the
chat.
answer.
Larry, where can people find you and follow you?
Follow me. Follow me, damn. All of you follow me. Yes.
Follow him now.
Yes.
Everyone watching, just
Yes.
go ahead, go to his page.
Yes, go to the Sharpe Way YouTube page and follow me there. It's my best place. All my Larry Sharpe Twitter. Larry Sharpe Twitter or Sharpe Way YouTube are my two favorite places to go to. One of those two. I'm on all the things, by the way. Just put Larry Sharpe in. I'm on everything from Getter to Parler to Twitter to Facebook. I'm on all the things, but don't worry about those. Sharpe Way YouTube. Do it now. Sharpe Way YouTube and Larry Sharpe Twitter.
I just got a great idea. If you ever sell merchandise, you should title the merchandise page Sharpe Objects.
Oh, I like that. By the way, go to Zazzle.com and put in Larry Sharpe, and you will find lots of merch. I have
Sharpe
lots of merch.
Objects.
Sharpe Objects. That's my next one. Sharpe Objects. Yeah.
Guys, follow Larry Sharpe right now. Do it right now. Also, get your tickets for Content House. Reserve your room. Go to villaroma.com. Go to the room block section. Go to the group. Type in my name, Chrissie Mayr, and that will be our room block. Reserve your room. Just figure it out now. Put it on your credit card. You'll make a friend. You'll find somebody to share a room with come September. That's 9 weeks away. And then get your tickets now for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday shows, all on Eventbrite. Thank you guys for watching.
Can I add one thing?
Yes.
Please check me out on Civil, CIVL.com, if you would. Civil, I have a special show Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. You can sign up if you want to. You can go sign up on Civil if you care. It's like a libertarian mix between, like, I don't know, Daily Wire and Netflix.
Ooh.
Yes, something like that. It's very good. It is not blood sport. It's real good libertarian talk. It's good. Head on over there and put in when you put your name in there, upper right hand corner, click the button, put in code Larry, LARRY, 50% discount.
I love it. This was great. Thank you for coming by, Larry.
Of course.
Thank you to everybody in the chat for your comments and questions. And we'll see you all next time. Bye.